How you guys doing? This is BP from BP's Pro Wrestling Corner right here for your very first ever WWE Raw review right here on this channel. Hey, what can I say, man? It wasn't a bad show for Paul Heyman's second show as creative director. Um, but with that said, we're going to get down to this. It started out with Miss Becky Lynch, the Raw Women's Champion, comes out and it's a mixed tag team match. Her and her man Seth Rollins, the Universal Champion, they take on Zelina Vega and Andrade. Man, I don't know what to say about Andrade. Man, he is such a great wrestler. Man, I love it. I love his character. But anyway, this match was really good. Man, it was back and forth for a long time. During the middle of the match, Becky ends up eliminating Zelina Vega with a disarmer. So now it becomes a 2-on-1 match, but of course Becky can't wrestle because it's an elimination match. So she already beat Zelina, so she has to stand outside the ring on the ring apron, whatever. Zelina is outside the ring. But during this whole match, Zelina keeps on getting involved, messing around with Seth Rollins, helping Andrade out. But during this whole process going on, Miss Lacey Evans shows up in the crowd. And it makes Becky pretty pissed off. She goes after her. So she picks a fight with her, and they're fighting back and forth for a while. Seth Rollins goes outside, grabs Becky Lynch, tries to bring her back away from the distraction so he can go ahead and get the job done. So what happens is finally Seth Rollins, Rollins gets the win with the stomp. So he ends up stomping Andrade for the pin, pins him 1, 2, 3. On the way up to the ring, they had their back facing the rampway. But on the way up to the ring, out comes Baron Corbin, cheap shot, nails Seth Rollins from behind, just like only Baron Corbin can do. And then Lacey Evans comes out and gets her a little bit of taste on Becky, knocks her out with the woman's right. What's going to happen this Sunday when these guys go at it, and it's actually for both titles, the women's title and the Universal title? What is going to happen then? Man, oh man. I'm going to tell you guys something right now. Let me get a little drink of Americana right here first. But I'm going to tell you this right now. Any indie wrestler knows, and all the fans know, if you're a heel and if you're not getting the reaction that Baron Corbin's getting right now in the WWE, then you are not doing your job. Baron Corbin, people might hate him. That's fine. Let people hate him. He's doing his job. I like it. I like him. I like what he's bringing to the table. Phenomenal job by Baron Corbin. I can't wait to see what happens on Sunday for this match. But we'll just have to see. The second thing after that match happened is Mr. Paul Heyman walks out. And he gets in the middle of the ring. He's telling everybody, his client, Mr. Brock Lesnar, Mr. Money in the Bank. This is no prediction. This is a spoiler, he says. That Brock Lesnar is going to cash in his Money in the Bank championship, his Money in the Bank briefcase for either the Universal Championship or the WWE Championship on Sunday. That is a guarantee, he says. That is a spoiler. So we'll just have to see and wait and see if Brock wants to become the Universal Champion again to beat Seth Rollins, or is he going to become the WWE Champion and beat Kofi Kingston? I don't know. I'm hearing different things, different thoughts about this. People are saying that something's going to happen with the New Day. So I think there's going to be a heel turn in this whole scenario. But we'll talk more about that on Sunday, or before Sunday, for the predictions. But anyway, he comes out and he says that his client, Brock Lesnar, is going to cash in his Money in the Bank contract Sunday. And that is definitely a spoiler. That's it. Bottom line, that's just what's going to happen. The third thing happened in this whole Raw thing is 2 out of 3 falls match came up. The next match. It was Miz and the Usos. They took on Elias and the Revival. Man, I cannot say enough about the Revival. I'm going to tell you right now, the Revival remind me of Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. I'm telling you, I love them. Great tag team. Man, they are a great tag team. They do great work. I mean, geez. Uh, but anyway, yeah, this was a 2 out of 3 falls match. The first fall, Elias and Revival. Bam, just like that. Took it. What a great match. They went back and forth for a while, man. I'm telling you what a great match this was. I loved it. The second fall, of course, ended up being the Usos and the Miz. They took the match on the second fall. And the third fall, the Miz and Usos came through, took out the Revival and Elias. But we'll have to come out and see what happens Sunday when when the Revival have to defend their tag team championships. Man, these guys are great. We'll just have to see what happens with these guys. The Revival, I can't speak enough for these guys. After that was over, they went back to a little segment back to the back, man. This whole thing, this whole 24/7 championship thing, man, with Drake Maverick and R-Truth, is probably some of the best shit that WWE has got going on right now. Holy crap, dude. They are so funny. They do, I mean, the greatest things with this 24/7 championship. I don't know if I like the title still, the design of it, the whole concept. I'm starting to really love it, man. I'm telling you what, man. R-Truth, Ron Killings, and what Drake Maverick is doing with this is just so funny, dude. So funny. I think it's great. But anyway, after that happened, they come back from commercial break. Rey Mysterio returns to Raw, guys. He comes back. He issues the open challenge. He's out in the middle of the ring, and who comes out to accept his challenge? Bobby Lashley. After what happened last week between him and Braun Strowman, going through the back screen there, what the heck? Bobby Lashley comes out, and not only does Bobby Lashley come out, but Bobby Lashley destroys Rey Mysterio. Just dominates him. Over with, just like that. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I'm glad to see they're doing something with Bobby. I cannot. I'm telling you, man, this creative thing, man. I'm so glad that Vince McMahon came to his senses, man. I'm telling you what. Triple H, I know he's got his hands full with NXT and NXT UK. But, man, I'm telling you right now, I'm so glad that Vince McMahon came to his senses. Because a lot of this shit that you're seeing now on WWE Raw is a lot of it, about 85 or 90% of this is all Paul Heyman's idea. It's great. It's phenomenal, man. I love it. They're giving new guys chances, you know what I'm saying? Instead of having the same or repeated storylines over and over again. I can't say enough. I'm glad that WWE is going away from this PG era crap. I mean, it was all right for a while. It ran its course. Now it's time to get back to the nitty gritty, to what WWE is known for. Because they've been losing out ticket sales, man, left and right. Whether it comes to the pay-per-views, Raw, SmackDowns, man, they've been losing out ticket sales, even live shows. But man, I'm glad everything's working out. But anyway, I'm looking back to the review here. The fifth thing that happened in this whole match was No Way Jose took on Cesaro. Man, I'm telling you what right now. Cesaro is phenomenal, dude. I love Cesaro. I've always loved Cesaro. Man, what a hell of an athlete. He just does a great job in the middle of the ring. Anyway, Cesaro, of course, he pins, he doesn't pin. He makes Jose tap out to the sharpshooter. Pays homage to the Hart family right there, boy. The match didn't go that long either. But as they go to a commercial break after that match was over with, they come back and they have Bayley and Nikki talking right there. I guess they're going to have a beat the clock challenge. And the stipulation to this beat the clock challenge between Bayley and Nikki is whoever wins gets to make the stipulation for Alexa Bliss's and Bayley's SmackDown Women's Championship match coming this Sunday at Extreme Rules. So, that was a little bit interesting. So I had a little talk with Bayley, and then they went back and forth a little bit on that. But yeah, so then they cut away from that, and then they go back to the Viking Raiders. It comes out, and they take on a couple hometown guys, two brothers known as what was their names, man? I think it was like the Justins or something like the brother Justins, and of course the Viking Warriors just dominated the hometown indie boys. You know what I'm saying? Uh, hell, the hometown boys. At least they got on TV, right? I mean, I mean, it is what it is. You knew that was going to happen, so that was no big surprise there. But after that match, cuts back to the back end. Oh my God! Here goes Drake Maverick running down the hall, man, holding his championship belt, and all these wrestlers running that, hightailing after him. Oh my God, the funniest crap. And he's trying to hide, to get away from these guys, and all that. It was so great. But anyway, then he comes back for the next match. Ricochet. The things that happened with Ricochet last week with AJ Styles and Gallows Anderson, man, got back together. The club, man. You know, so this match was Ricochet versus Luke Gallows, because Ricochet this Sunday is going to be defending his United States title against AJ Styles. Again, great athletes. I love Ricochet. I love AJ Styles, man. Both phenomenal guys. But anyway, this starts out as you know, it's Ricochet and Luke Gallows. Ricochet and them go back and forth a little bit. Ricochet ends up getting a pin against Luke Gallows. But then after the match, AJ's outside. He gets the mic and says, "Ricochet, why don't you put your money where your mouth is? Because you said that you can beat all three of us. So since you beat Luke Gallows now I want you to beat Carl Anderson." Hey, Ricochet has no problem with that, he says. So, they come back from commercial break. Ricochet's in the middle of the ring. Carl Anderson jumps in. They're going back and forth. They're fighting, man. And what happens? Ricochet ends up getting the win on Carl Anderson there. Just pins him. 1, 2, 3. And after the match is over with, of course, all three of them jumped him. All three of them jumped Ricochet. AJ Styles, in the club. It was great. I loved it. I am so glad they're back. At least they're a faction again. At least they're doing something with them. I'd rather see Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows stay in the WWE, just like the Revival. I can't say enough about that team. But anyway, after the match, man, they end up jumping Ricochet, and just having their way with him, beating the holy crap out of him. But after the match, AJ said, "Look, stay down, don't get back up. I'm going to be a nice guy." So him and Gallows Anderson end up walking out of the ring, walk up the ramp. What happens is Ricochet gets up, stands on his feet. Anderson taps on AJ, says, "Look, he's back up again." So they all went down there and they beat the crap out of him again. Anderson and Gallows held Ricochet as, AJ ended up doing a phenomenal forearm. Gets him, knocks him down, and leaves the ring. The next thing that happened was the Beat the Clock Challenge. Finally, we get to this part where Bayley has to take on Miss Sarah Logan, formerly known as the Riot Squad member. That's her first match against Sarah Logan. So what happens there is Bayley ends up beating Sarah Logan with 4 minutes and 32 seconds. Ends up beating her. I think she ended up giving her the belly to belly, or the Bailey to belly, whatever, and ends up pinning her 4 minutes and 32 seconds. After that match, Nikki Cross comes out. Her opponent was Dana Brooke. A lot of people frown on Dana Brooke. I don't think she's just been given a chance as all the other girls. I'm not saying I like Dana Brooke, and I'm not saying I dislike Dana Brooke. But anyway, Nikki Cross wins. She beats Dana Brooke with a minute and 50 seconds left on to Beat the Clock Challenge. So she gets to pick the stipulation for Alexa coming up at Extreme Rules. Man, oh man, I'm telling you what. So what she did, she standing in the middle of the ring, she has the mic, and Bayley says, "All right, you go on, fair and square. You beat the clock." So she wants to know what her stipulation is. Nikki, without skipping a beat, she goes, "Well, it's going to be a 2-on-1 handicap match. Me and Alexa against you for your SmackDown Women's Championship." Man, does Bayley got the deck stacked against her this Sunday. because you know what's going to happen. Wow, wow, wow! I just, it's crazy. It's going to be wonderful. I'm sorry, I got my notes here. I have to have my notes. It's just a lot too much going on. It was a pretty exciting night. But after that was all over with, man, finally you come down to the main event. You know, during the whole night, Shane McMahon, they took breaks. They showed Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre looking for a partner for Roman Reigns, because it was supposed to be Roman Reigns and a partner of Shane's choosing to go against him and Drew McIntyre. Well, the first guy they find, they find this janitor guy. No, it wasn't a janitor. I forgot. It was a trash guy. I'm sorry. They found the trash guy first. And they told him, well, you might be Roman Reigns' partner, so stick around. So the next guy they find throughout the night, he's a concession guy. Shane goes, well, you might be Roman Reigns' partner. You know? So they see this third guy, and he's the janitor. So they find him, they talk to him, they say, look, you're the guy that's definitely going to be Roman Reigns' partner. But what we need you to do, we need you to wear a mask. All they want to do is humiliate this guy, you know what I'm saying? They told him, they said, look, you wear a mask, you go out there, we'll pay you $5,000 just to stand there to be Roman Reigns' partner. Bottom line. So they paid this guy to come out there. His name is Gary the Goat Garbutt was the name of this this janitor guy to come out there and be Roman Reigns' partner. Well, they're going back, so this match starts. Roman Reigns ends up inadvertently tagging this guy with a mask on. And this guy comes in there and he gets thrown around a little bit. But then all of a sudden, he starts kicking the hell out of Drew McIntyre and Shane McMahon. Just all over the ring. He's just doing his thing. He's flying all around. Crazy. Well, what happened was, at the end of the show, of course, or at the end of the match, how it ended was Drew McIntyre, bam, Claymore kick. Nailed this poor guy. Of course, 1, 2, 3. It ended the night. But see, what happened was when Drew McIntyre and Shane McMahon were on their way going up to the ramp, the guy ends up taking off his mask, and it ended up being Cedric. Man, oh man. It ended up being Cedric. It was crazy. But it was a great match, a great night. It wasn't too bad of a Raw, like I said. It could have been better, but they're working on it. Remember, guys, this is only the second show that Paul Heyman's got creative control, so, I can't wait to see it. Oh, what's going on next week, guys, is, oh my God, the 10th anniversary for, I think it's the anniversary of Evolve. It's going to be on the WWE Network Saturday at 8 p.m. You guys might want to check that out, man. I'm telling you what, Evolve is where a lot of these guys start at. Where your Sami Zayn's, your Seth Rollins, Daniel Bryan's, all these guys came from Evolve Wrestling, man. This is where they started. This is the independent. And I'm pretty excited to talk about this because I got a lot of independent wrestling, wrestlers that's on my Facebook, man. A lot of friends are on my Facebook. They're independent wrestlers, and I can't say enough about these guys. They all do a phenomenal job at it, and just think they have that goal in mind. Well, we love to entertain you fans, and one day a lot of these guys are going to try to make it to the big leagues. Some of them might not make it, but a lot of them are going to, whether it be the Impact, ROH, New Japan, AEW, or of course the granddaddy WWE. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, thanks a lot, guys, for watching the show. I'm gonna give a quick shout out every week. Every video. I'm gonna try to give this shout out. As long as you like, comment, share, and subscribe to BP's Pro Wrestling Corner. I'm gonna give you guys this shout out. I gotta give a shout out to indie pro wrestler. He's a friend that's on my Facebook right now. I just got done watching just a phenomenal match against the Barbarian. He sent me. It was a great little clip. I loved to watch. I enjoyed it. But anyway, I'm gonna give a shout out to Mr. Damian Legion. Shout out to you, brother. And man, and his valet, his girl Envy, Such a beautiful girl. Shout out to you guys. Envy and Damien, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. Yeah, that's it. If you want to shout out, just remember, like, share, comment, subscribe. And remember, you're right here on the corner.